Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode, the Vandan Plas 1500. And yes, people are going to complain how I'm saying Vandan Plas, but there we go. Hello and welcome back. Now, if you're new to Quartzlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube, looking at car brochures from around the world for the 1960s, 70s, 80s and 90s, and sometimes beyond those years as well. So, as we always say, if you are interested in all that, please do subscribe. It really does help the channel greatly, and more importantly, it's free. You can also become a member as well, and that involves a small fee, but that is to support the channel, and I appreciate everyone who has become a member. Thank you so much to those people. Anyway, back to today's episode. Last couple of weeks we've been really looking at Austin Allegro's really polarising views on the Allegro. I always thought it got a harder time than it deserved. I don't think they were actually that bad cars, but I thought we'd continue by, as I had the brochure for 1976, the Vanden Plas 1500, although people are going to say, call it the Vanden Plas 1500. Well, I can pretty much guarantee in 1976, if you weren't calling it the Vanden Plas, you was looked at a bit strangely. So we're going to continue doing that, as this is kind of like a little bit of a history sort of YouTube content. Anyway, let's put it on the board and have a look at it. And here it is. What a thing of beauty. Of course, at the top there, that British Leyland plug hole of doom. Doesn't say Austin Allegro, quite simply saying Vanden Plas 1500, trying to make it stand out from the rest of the range, because it certainly was striking. That grille is certainly something. And like with the other Allegros we've seen, I'm sure you'll be able to see a few body gaps that don't look too great. I'm sure body, well, look at this for example. I don't know what's going on here, but anyway, let's go back to the grille and not the quality control issues that British Leyland were having at the time. That grille, you can certainly see that it wasn't meant to be on that car, but it certainly made it stand out as something very different. You either love it or hate it, like you do with every Allegro. I struggle with the grille. I'm going to be kind and say I struggle a little bit with the grille. Everything other than this front end view I actually quite like, but it's certainly something, isn't it? And what a wonderful colour to have it in, this beautiful metallic blue. Anyway, let's open the brochure up and have a look at some of the wonderful images. So we turn the page and we get a more of a traditional looking Allegro type colour for the mid 70s here, and the title at the top there, that look of distinction. Yes indeed. Let's have a look at the text and we'll come back to this wonderful image. The phrase good quality has a distinctive old-fashioned ring, but there is a place for such a traditional expression in today's frenetic, cost-conscious world. The quiet popularity enjoyed by the Vanden Plas 1500 is ample proof of that, and it's an intriguing exercise to discover why discerning motorists are so convinced of its sterling qualities. To begin with, the Vanden Plas 1500 is totally international in concept. It would look equally at home in Rome or Paris or Vienna. Yet its distinctive air of good breeding is unmistakably British. That remarkably compact exterior makes for supremely simple handling in city traffic, yet the interior is spacious enough to make touring a really relaxing affair. Luxurious yet unostentatious, powerful yet economical, the Vanden Plas 1500 is truly a car for the discriminating motorist. And here she is. Again, that grille is very much in your face, isn't it? But if we kind of ignore that grille for a moment, it is very much an Allegro, isn't it? But a nice Allegro. I like little chrome handles and door mirrors on there. It is an interesting model. Surprisingly went for sort of these centre wheel caps, but to be honest with you, I don't mind them whatsoever on an Allegro. Anyway, let's turn the page and see what else it has to offer, because really the outside wasn't really the whole story, was it? It was more about what was on the inside. So we turn the page, we look at the rear and some interior pictures, and the title at the top, they're saying that thoughtful luxury. Let's read the text and then come back to these lovely images. The interior of the Vandan Plas 1500 is a triumph of good design, and naturally it's totally luxurious. You'll find deep pile wall-to-wall carpet underfoot, there to provide extra soundproofing as much as for its sumptuous good looks. Those fully reclining front seats are fully adjustable fore and aft, and all the seats are upholstered in knit-backed expanded vinyl with fluted hide panels for the wearing surfaces, and of course there are dual armrests for everyone. You'll find a full luxurious specification on the technical side too. That renowned hydrogas suspension will cushion you comfortably, even over indifferent roads. And the tried and tested 1485cc overhead camshaft engine will power you smoothly and effortlessly up to 50 miles per hour in approximately 10 seconds, or return you around 39 miles per gallon at a steady 50. Luxury must include safety, and in that respect the Vanden Plas 1500 is extremely well endowed. Just consider a few of the most favourable features: rack and pinion steering, safety steering column, servo assisted brakes, hazard warning lamps and rectangular sealed beam headlamps, supplemented by twin fog lamps. So I've started with the rear end image, and I think certainly it looks far nicer from this angle than from the front. A few people have mentioned that this possibly should have had maybe something different on it, maybe like a fancy boot to balance out the grille, but of course that would have been a more expense for British Leyland, and I don't think they really wanted to put any money into this car really. I think in my view they should have just not done the grille and done everything else, and I think it would have looked a far nicer proposition to own in my view, but I'm certainly that grille was something that really stood out. Let's just zoom in a little bit further. Vanden Plas badging on the back there. We've got a bit of a gold tape stripe going down the side, and then a little 1500 badge on there as well. But like I say, it's the inside that really matters. Let's have a look at the inside. Starting with the front dash or fascia, all that, what probably is bare walnut on there, really looks nice. I think I really quite like the interior. VP badge on that steering wheel. Steering wheel itself wasn't all that special, but we did get a little VP badge on it. And then the next picture is really what's going to sell you on the car. We can see that wood extending over the doors there at the top. A little bit of picnic benches on there, armrests, etc. I think that's the picture that would sell you on the car if you was interested in this type of vehicle. Maybe a little bit jokey today, this car, but to be honest with you, I would be very happy and feel very blessed if I actually owned one of these in my garage. They're a little bit of a strange mix, but at the same time, I quite like that interior. And then if I just pull the brochure, the camera back again, it actually opens the opposite way. And if you wasn't convinced that the interior was what it was all about, here's a big fold-out image of that interior, because that is what's going to sell the car. Look at those lovely seats and those lovely big armrests front and rear. They're really nice. Shame we don't get headrests, but in the UK in the 70s, possibly that isn't something that might have been top of your mind. We can certainly see that wood going over to the rear doors as well. Like I say, I think that's what sells the car. And then we turn the page once again. We get a little image there on the left hand side of all little images of sort of key features. Nice to see they're actually demonstrating those picnic tables. And then we get to the specifications. We'll start with the images, then we'll go to the specifications. It says at the top there, naturally enough, the Vanden Plas 1500 is not lacking in those important extras and options. For instance, you can choose between a highly responsive 5-speed all-synchromesh gearbox or optional silk smooth auto transmission. And those surprisingly useful rear seat picnic tables are not extras, they're part of the whole value for money Vanden Plas 1500 package. So that's how you would see your gear selector, whether you pick the 5-speed or the auto. Another nice little bit of a more close-up image of that dash, which again I think is certainly one of the plus points of this vehicle, as are those wonderful picnic tables. Even the little grab handles look a higher quality, don't they? Even showing a little bit of a light there. This, what I'm assuming, is an ashtray. Again, looks very nice, and you can see those quality carpets. And we do get one more shot of the dash, so in that rather lovely clock. When you start looking at the interior pics, you forget all about an Allegro. So the engine, a 4-cylinder transverse overhead valve with single overhead camshaft. Capacity 1485cc, BHP 68 at 5500 revs per minute. Fuel system, mechanical fuel pump, single SU type HS6 carburetor. Cooling system, closed pressurized system with expansion tank and thermostatically controlled electrically operated fan. Clutch, diaphragm spring, tells you the diameter. Gearbox 5-speed, synchromesh on forward speeds, of course, and it shows the ratios. Talks about the final drive, the steering being rack and pinion, turning circle 33 feet 3 inches, very nice. Suspension independent with hydrogas suspension units, interconnected front and rear. Brakes are hydraulic servo assisted. Discs at the front, drums at the rear, wheels and tyres, pressed steel disc wheels, electrical 12 volt 40 amp hour battery, alternator, multi-purpose lever on right hand of steering column, controls horn, headlamp flasher, dip switch and self-cancelling direction indicators. Lever on left hand of steering column controls electric windscreen washer and 2-speed windscreen wipers with flick wipe facility. Twin horns, hazard warning lamps, twin fog lamps, electrically heated rear window, fresh air heater demister with air blend and 2-speed blower controls. Combined ignition starter switch incorporates steering column lock. 3 courtesy lights, 1 on windscreen header rail and 1 on each rear quarter panel. Cigar lighter. Instrument speedometer with distance recorder, fuel, water temperature and battery condition gauges. Warning lamps to indicate low oil pressure, headlamp high beam, flashers working, no charge and hazard warning lamps working. Coachwork, 4-door saloon of all steel unitary construction with underbody protection and wax injected body sills. I wonder if these actually got more protection than the standard Allegro. Do these last a little bit better? I'm not sure. So yeah, we've got sill protectors, trimmed rear parcel shelf, full width veneered walnut fascia board, with instruments and face level fresh air vents, twin sun visor with vanity mirror on passenger's visor, carpet over felt floor covering, anti-burst door locks incorporating child safety catch on rear doors, operated by recessed handles and door sill, locking buttons on the inside, flush fitting handles on the outside, Armrests incorporating pull on all doors, ashtray front and rear, coat hooks, seat trimmed in knit backed expanded vinyl with fluted hide panels for seat wearing surfaces, interior rear view mirror, twin exterior door mounted mirrors, interior bonnet release, boot carpet, front reclining seats with centre armrest, rear bench type seat with pull down centre armrest, picnic tables on rear of front seats, crash pad surrounding fascia, nylon cloth headlining, stitched handbrake gaiter, companion compartment mounted on each front door, door trim pan in unique Vanden Plas style with sewn feature line, black padded capping and walnut strip inserts, lockable glove box with veneered walnut lid, additional sound deadening, grab handles above rear windows, boot light and courtesy switch, hinged fuel filler lid with lockable cap. Provision is made for installing of up to 4 radio speakers. Factory fitted front seat belts are supplied. Anchorages are provided for the fitting of rear seat belts. And then you've got the options of auto transmission, metallic paint, radio with twin speakers and head restraints. So you can get head restraints if you wanted. So on the back cover, talks about the usual Leyland cars and super cover. Nice image of the car again though. And then, yeah, it's very much that 70s colour once again. But we can see we've got a dark interior on this one again. No headrests. Wheel trims look a little bit nicer actually on this particular view. So they've got that, I think they've got the VP on there. It's just hard to make out. Like I said, that grille I do struggle with a bit, but I would certainly gladly own one of these cars. Then another little image there of that British Leyland plug hole of doom or despair. Leyland Cars, British Leyland UK Limited, Box 41 Longbridge, Birmingham. Bit of a usual important notice you always get on brochures, you know, say we can change things at any time, etc, etc. Distributors and dealers are not agents of British Leyland UK Limited, have absolutely no authority to bind British Leyland UK Limited by any express or implied undertakings or representation. Yeah, the usual nonsense. Lithographed by the Newfield Press Limited, Cowley, Oxford, England, 3642, in brackets 90917. That's going to be the date then, 376, meaning March 1976. And then one little thing there, publication number 3164. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Vanden Plas 1500, if you have to insist, the Vanden Plas 1500. It doesn't sound the same, but I do understand Vanden Plas possibly isn't the right way to pronounce it. But like I say, in 76, I'm pretty sure everyone was pronouncing it like that, and you was seeing it a little bit weird if you called it anything other than Vanden Plas. But however you pronounce it, it's okay with me. But thank you so much for watching. We'll end as we always do by saying thank you so much for watching Course Light today. And if you've not done it already, please do consider subscribing. It is all completely free and really does help the channel. You can also look into becoming a member as well, and that is a small fee to support the channel. But overall, do appreciate you watching today. I'll add a couple more boxes with other various videos on there. Maybe I should include some more beautiful Austin Allegro action. Please do take care. We'll see you very soon, and goodbye.